Good day, yogis. Morning, yogis. Whenever you meet this, good afternoon. I'm just doing a quick test on audio as we're up a little early on a pseudo new offering here. Good day, yogis. Morning, And there we are. So welcome. Just going to turn off the sound as we wait for our class to begin soon. You'll need one block for practice today, and I will paste that in the chat along with the playlist. Welcome to day 10 of our 30-day yoga challenge. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to day 10 of a 30-day yoga challenge on December 10th for this December 2020. It's officially our way of saying Sayonara 2020. Um, and if you're joining and you're not part of the 30-day challenge, no problem. Good to have you whenever you find this practice. It's awesome to have you. Welcome to day. I'm just going to take care of some sound issues. I'll be right back. All right. So for today's practice, there's a playlist. It's today's date on my Spotify. My handle name is My Friend Simone. It's all one word. And Simone with two E's. Not Simone, but Simone. And the playlist is today's date, Thursday, December 10th. I think it said Thursday. And it's a Modo inspired class today. So we'll be holding the poses for a little bit longer. Just getting into the strength of our body and really triggering the muscles, the non-dominant muscles, especially with this practice. And what else do you need? You need your water. If you're drinking some water, and you need your block or something like a block that offers a bit of foundation, strong foundation. Sometimes even a water bottle is helpful instead of a block. Or you can also do a hardcover book. We'll get started in about 8 minutes on the hour at 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And just so you know, I'm just going to turn off the sound for a quick second, just trying something out. Okay, I should be back with sound. If you hear everything okay, just let me know. Um, we're going to get started this practice today, day 10, in about 5 minutes on the hour, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. And I just wanted to address that it's usually about this time in a 30-day challenge that it seems to get a little more challenging to meet your mat. Not to mention we're in a busy month, even though the month is a little different than previous Decembers that we know. I'm sure we're still getting ourselves ready in some way, shape, or form for the holiday season. So I just wanted to acknowledge that if it feels a little challenging, just do your best. Try and remember that the way we feel and what this practice brings into our life in terms of the rest of the day after we've gotten it in is just so incredibly rewarding. So I hope to inspire you to keep on keeping on with the 30-day challenge. We'll feel good for it, and that's what I'm hoping to get through to you guys. Even if it looks like a ton of shavasana, like you're on your back body and you can't stop being on your back body, then that means that is what your practice needs to be. And just think, if you weren't meeting your mat, you wouldn't even get the opportunity to meet your back body in a place of rest. And so that's an important thing to do and acknowledge for yourself. Ironically enough, in the chat, which I always love to see you guys say hello and whatever it is that you want to touch base on. So thanks for that. But I've had like somebody comment on my feet recently. And I think YouTube has been wise to it and they actually flagged it. I only bring that up in case it's a 30-day challenger. I'm happy that you think I have cute feet, but it might be something that YouTube and them guys are flagging as inappropriate. I just noticed that on the previous classes. Hi, Mom. Good morning. So good to have you again. Although I would make an argument not to be down on my feet or myself, but I never really thought of them as cute. I thought maybe size 9 was too big a deal to be cute. But if they say so. If you are ready and you're all suited on your mat with what you need, you can get into that shavasana to start your practice. And soften your body down. You want to flip your palms up when you're in shavasana and a light tuck of the chin to elongate the neck body. And you want your legs to be wide apart. So if you decide to get into that pose, really let that pose wash over you here. Wherever you are, if you could just still your body, just land and take a deep breath in through the nose and a sigh out through the mouth. And then if you're in your Shavasana, just feeling that body rest to the mat. We're going to get started, guys. It's on the hour, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. If you're working with a playlist, get that device nearby. Have a wonderful day 10, okay? Remember, the practice is you. That's what we're doing here. We're meeting ourselves more deeply, more honestly. I'm going to count down for the playlist on the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can hit the playlist. At least 3 more breaths in our Shavasana, with our Shavasana being still. From your corpse pose, please bring your right knee up to your chest, interlock at the middle of your right shin, and press your hands down a bit. Breathe in and out. Wind relieving pose. Bring your right leg long, switch the grip on your hands, and bring your left knee up. Interlock at the middle of your left shin and press down. And one more breath in through the nose and one more breath out. And release the left leg long. Take your hands overhead. They stay interlocked, but flip your palms forward towards the front of your mat, so your palms are exposed. Breathe in and breathe out through the nose. And take your hands forward, release your hands in front of your chest, bend your legs one leg at a time, and roll over slow and steady. And we're going to get to a stand at the back of our mat. And you can take any kind of forward folds en route. You can take downward face dogs. You can roll up slow. However you get to your feet at the back of the mat with all of the space ahead. A light turn open of the palms, fingers pointing down, mountain pose. Stretch your arms overhead, morning stretch, breathe in. Exhale, fold, maybe bend in the legs, weight into the fronts of the feet. Inhale, halfway lift, flat little fingertip resting to the mat. And then exhale, fold again. Just warming up the back body and creating breath here. Stand up, arms high, overhead, breathe in. Wrists on top of your shoulders. Exhale, hands to heart, samastiti. As you drop your arms down, then right away they go up overhead. Breathe in. You're stretching, you're folding, hinging at the hips. Weight into the fronts of the feet. Stay folded but halfway lift. Breathe in, flat back, shoulder blades slide down the length of the spine. And then exhale, fold again, really opening your lower back and hips. One more time, get up through the stand, breathe in. Exhale, hands to heart, breathe out. This time put the hands at the hips, hip creases, and lift your left knee up with your hips. Breathe in. And then put your left foot to tree pose on the inner right calf or high above that right knee on the inner right thigh. If you're resting the foot on the inner right calf, you might rest it on the inner right ankle and then rest that big left toe to the mat for support, especially if you're struggling with balance. Palms to heart in prayer. And take a deep breath in as you draw your right hip in towards the navel to stand up taller here. Deep breath out. And then from prayer hands, stretch your arms overhead. Keep your eyes still. Breathe in. And then bring your left knee forward. And you're going to step your foot down by your right foot and bend both legs into a seat of chair. Keep your arms high. Breathe in. And breathe out in this seat. Put your hands to hips. And then stand your legs straight. Inhale. Bring your right knee up. And then slowly tree your other side. Exhale. Remember, the right foot can go anywhere on the inner left leg. Hands to heart in prayer. Nudging your left hip inward towards your navel to stand up taller and strengthen the core. One deep breath here. One breath out the nose. Keep your tree leg, whatever that leg is, and send your arms overhead with still eyes. Breathe in. And then bring your right knee forward. Step the right foot by the left and bend both legs into a seat of chair. Ground into the heels, maybe even nudging the knees back so you can peek down at your big toes. And stay seated or sit lower. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Keep your arms overhead, but interlock your hands overhead and point your index high to squeeze the heels of the hands. You'll feel that in your shoulders. And then press through your feet and stand up the legs straight. Breathe in, keep those arms high. And then go up and over through the index fingers towards the right for a stretch and crescent moon. It's like you're pulling your left hand up and over to the right. And you get all this spread on the left side of the body. Now breathe into that spread in space. One more inhale. And one more exhale out the nose. Keep the interlocked hands. Go back up to center on an inhale. Then switch the grip to balance it out. Point the index high up and over to the left. Exhale, other side. And so now your right side is open. Can you make sure to square your armpits forward? Might mean nudging your right shoulder back. And then press the backs of the knees towards the back of the mat so you strengthen your thighs. Belly in. Breathe in and out. Come up to center on an inhale. And float your arms down parallel to the mat so your fingertips look straight ahead just underneath your eyes. And with your wrists in line with your shoulders, heel toe your feet one step out so your feet are hip width distance. Breathe in. And bend your legs to sit into an imaginary chair. Keep looking for the chair with your butt. The more you sit, you send weight into the heel. And the more you reach through the fingertips, you balance that out. Keep your arms strong and straight. Can you pick up your heels off the mat here? Roll into the balls of the feet And then lightly stack your spine back so your shoulders stay over your hips. You're right into the strength of your legs. That's you being strong for 2 more breaths here. Breathe in and out. Keep your heels high if you can. Keep your arms and straighten your legs. Breathe in. Put your arms and your heels down. Take a stand. Breathe out. Take your arms overhead and stretch. Inhale. And then a micro bend in the legs as you fold slow and steady. Exhale, tap your fingers down. If your fingers don't reach, bend your legs a little more. Weight into the fronts of the feet with heels down. And take your peace fingers, hook them onto your big toes. Point your elbows towards the side of your mat a little more. Micro bend the legs, halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale, pull your heart in towards your thighs, tracking the crown of the head down to the floor. And as you charge your arms to pull your fold in, swing your elbows more forward to the front of the mat. Active forward fold. Pada Hastasana. 1 more breath in. 1 more breath out. Release the fingers off the toes. Put the hands on the thighs. Fingers look down to the toes. Press halfway up. Breathe in. Press hands to thighs. Stand up strong. Arms by the side body. Breathe out. At the back of your mat, swim your arms up overhead. Breathe in. Slow and steady, left arm underneath the right. You can wrap and twist tie your forearms, or you can hug your fingertips into the shoulder blades behind you. Keep your elbows high, whatever you choose. As you start to sit down, bring the left leg over the right and wrap your left thigh over the right. Squeeze the upper inner thighs, maybe bind the left foot behind the right calf, and sit into this kind of pretzel-like body of yours. Locking off of energy, oxygen, and blood flow, creating a space for a whole new release here. You breathe in and out through the nose, though. Keep your arms. Step your left foot by your right. Keep your arms. Can you lift your elbows a little higher and almost arch your spine? Gaze high. Breathe in. Spreading out through the lats. Breathe out. Release the arms. Take a stand for yourself. 1 inhale. 1 sigh, exhale. Take your arms high. Big stretch. Breathe in. Wrap your right arm underneath your left. Create the wrap of eagle arms, either hugging for shoulder blades or binding the forearms. As you start to sit your bum down, bring the right leg over the left. Slow and steady. This practice of Modo and Hatha, it's very methodical. You keep your elbows off your chest. You straighten your spine. You even lean your spine back a little bit. And then you keep sitting into the squeeze of the upper inner thighs. Imagine not even a drip of water being dropped between those thighs. Hug your belly in. Really feel the navel go down towards the pelvic floor. Deep breath in. And out. You're going to keep your arms, step your right foot down to straighten your legs, and pick up your elbows to arch your spine. Look up. Maybe you close your eyes here as you arch and breathe in and out through the nose. Come out of the arch. Inhale. Drop the arms down. Exhale. Have a decent breath for yourself. Take a stand in and out through the nose. Take your arms overhead. Everybody breathe in. Maybe micro bend the legs for space in the lower spine and hips. Breathe out and fold. Step your feet hip width distance. Put 2 fists between your big toes. That's how you know it's hip width. And then fold a little more with a heavy head. And slip your hands underneath your feet, palms face up, toes to the wrist creases. Bend your legs as much as possible to make that happen. And then give your hands a massage by pressing down through your feet onto your hands. Padangusthasana. Gorilla pose. Deep breath in, long neck, heavy head. Deep breath out. You can hang out passively here, just pressing your feet to hands and pulling your hands, right, onto your feet to open up your wrists. Or you can charge the arms even more and bend the arms as you pull your fold deeper. One more breath in and out. Release your hands. I want you to walk your hands forward into a downward dog, an inverted triangle of your body. So there's a triangle on the inside of you, and the peak of the triangle is your sit bones. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Look to your right thumb and step your right foot there. That's a lunge. Take an inhale. Put your left knee down. Exhale. Take your arms up. Breathe in. Bring your hands to heart with your elbows wide. Stay in this lunge with your elbows wide and your high heart. Take an inhale. And then turn your right elbow back and your left elbow forward so you're rotating in a twist. You can stay here. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. High heart. Take away that twist. Come back to center. Breathe in. And drop your heart forward a bit and then hook your outer left arm to your outer right knee and twist that way. Prayer hands stay. If you're going for more, curl your back toes under, straighten your back leg. But peel your belly off your front thigh. This guy means business in your body. Respect this business with a breath in. Respect it. Breath out. One more inhale. One more exhale. Put your hands down. Everybody straighten the back leg as you frame your front foot with your hands. Breathe in, straighten the front leg. Fold in with your forehead close to your right shin. Breathe out. And then bend the front leg, flat hands down, and step to downward face dog. Breath out. Inverted V. And one more calm breath here, in and out through the nose. Peek forward, look at the left thumb. That's where you're stepping your left foot. Breathe in. Right knee down, breathe out. Arms come high, Anjaneyasana, low lunge, breathe in. Bring the hands to the heart. Keep the elbows wide. They're like arrows for us here. Take an inhale, left elbow back, right elbow forward in a twist. So it's this high heart. And then feel the twist enter your body as you hug the left knee inward to center. Breathe in and out. Come out of the twist. Keep your prayer hands. Breathe in. As you tilt your heart forward and then twist over the front leg by hooking your right outer arm to your left outer thigh knee. As you push your left palm down to your right, you try and center your prayer hands to heart. And if you want more, curl the back toes under and pick up the back leg, but strong. Peel the belly off. And then be with yourself. Come out of the twist. Put your hands down to frame your front foot. Inhale, straighten your front leg as both legs are straight here for pyramid. Exhale, fold. Bend your front leg so that's space to step into downward face dog. Left foot back. Inverted V, triangle your body. 2 breaths here. 1 more inhale. And 1 sigh exhale. See if you can grab your block. I'm going to have to walk with my block to the back of the mat, hands to feet. Feet hip width distance from down dog. Put the block at the narrowest expression of it in between your inner thighs and hug. Put your hands to thighs, fingertips point to knees. Halfway up, press. Breathe in, long spine. Hug the block here. Exhale, stand up. Breathe out. Inner rotation of the thighs as you hug the block. Take your arms high. Inhale. Interlock the hands behind the head, elbows wide, and up and over to the right, elbows like arrows. Come back up to center, lightly press your head to hands. Inhale. Go up and over to the left, other side, feeling mobility of spine. Come back to center, breathe in. Press the head to the hands, look up and back, arch the spine, back bend. Give a little bit of resistance from the hands to the head to find that stretch, that sensation. For 3. If you're looking into bright lights like me, close your eyes for 2. 1 more inhale, arching the spine, lifting the heart. 1 more exhale. Come back to neutral, take the arch away, keep the hands there, micro bend the legs, breathe in. With the micro bend, hinge at the hips with a mostly straight spine. That should be encouraged by the hands at the back of the head. Go about halfway. Feel what you need to negotiate to keep the elbows wide and the spine long. Breathe in. And then fold a little more and maybe just a little more, and then hands down, fingertips to the floor. Halfway up, breathe in. Out the nose, bow and fold over your legs with a hug to the block. Keep a hug to the block. Walk your hands forward into downward face dog. Inverted V. Triangular shape on the inside of your body. Hug the block so you feel the inner thighs. Stay true here for yourself. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Release the block, get a free hand, put it to the side of the mat. Back to down dog, kick your right leg high, 3-legged dog. Breathe in. Kick it as high as you can, step to the right thumb, breathe out. Arms high, crescent lunge. Back knee is off the mat unless you're modifying. Breathe in. Breathe out. Put your hands down. We're going in differently. Take an inhale. Put your left heel down to turn your left toes to the left side of your mat. Keep your lunge. Come into warrior 2. Wings are wide. Heart is open to the left side of your mat. Look forward over the front fingertips. Press through your feet. Straighten your front leg. Arms high. Breathe in. Out the nose, back to second warrior, bending the front leg, wings are wide. Stop with wrists in line with the shoulders here. Arms high, straighten the front leg, breathe in. Go back to second warrior, stop with the wrists in line with the shoulders, bend the front leg. 1 more time, inhale. Back to second warrior, wings are wide, wrists in line with the shoulders. Stay here with the bend in the legs. Bring your right arm long to 6 o'clock. Right fingertips down, left fingertips high, left fingertips 12 o'clock. Then use your right arm to shove her into the inside of the right thigh. Open the space of the hips more and rotate the left rib cage and gaze up and back. Keep your lunge. You can do this. He's burning. He's shaking. He's earning his weight with you. Deep breath in and out. Come to second warrior. Keep your lunge. Breathe in. Cartwheel your hands. Frame your front foot. Turn your left heel up. And step back into downward face dog. Enjoy that. Left leg high, breathe in a little higher. Step towards the left thumb. Keep your back leg strong and straight unless you're modifying, and come up through the heart and arms. Crescent lunge, breathe in. You're tilting your shoulders up and back, kind of lining up your shoulders on top of your hips. Yeah. See if you can bend the front leg a little more. Deep breath in and out. Bring your hands down, frame your front foot. Breathe in. Turn your right heel in and down, right toes look towards the right, setting up your legs for warrior two. Come up through the torso, wings are wide. Look over those front fingertips. Make sure your wrists are in line with your shoulders, arms are strong. And then imagine a block at the upper inner thighs to hold on to. How does that change and lift the pelvic floor here? Arms overhead, fly your warrior, straight front leg. Breathe in. Come back to second warrior, wrists in line with the shoulders, strong arms, long arms, bend the front leg. Fly your warrior, inhale. Second warrior, exhale. One more, inhale, fly it. Exhale, come back in with a strong, intentional bend to the front leg. Keep the bend to the front leg, left arm straight. Point the left fingertips to 6 o'clock, right fingertips to 12 o'clock, and stay put. Bent knee triangle. Grounding through the mounds of the feet. Could you pick up all 10 toes and spread them wide, but stay put? Deep breath in and out. Use your left arm to kind of push into your inner left thigh. Keep your honest hip there. Rotate your right rib cage up and back. Spread your wings and your fingertips. Life in the arms. 2, 1. Second warrior, breathe in. Cartwheel the hands, frame the front foot, right heel looks up, step to downward face dog, breathe out. Be with yourself. Essentially be with you, be with your practice. Even if you're strong, could you come to plank slow, breathe in. And from plank, could you broad your upper back body, keep your shoulders ahead of the wrists, put your knees and shins and shoelaces down, and stay put. Take another inhale. And then bend your arms, elbows look back all the way as you kiss the floor eventually. Put your shoelaces down. And then bring your arms forward like Superman. I like this guy for our baby cobra. Press into the palms and the fingertips ground. Press into the forearms. Lift the elbows. Lift the heart. Lift the head. Ground your shoelaces to the mat so your bum is firm. And you're lifting into the strength of that back body. Version of baby cobra for 3. For 2. Kiss the floor, walk the hands underneath the shoulders, press into tabletop. You're on your hands and knees. Breathe in. And then round your spine quite a bit so your shoulder blades push the sky away. Tucking your chin in. Arch your spine, drop your belly down, shoulder blades closer together. Breathe in. Flag your bum back. One more, round your spine, cat pose. Breathe out. Be a scary cat. Arch your spine, breathe in. Keep your arch, your belly down, and then toes curled under, down dog. Hips up and back. Stretch it into down dog. One more breath in. Sigh it out. Let it go on the mat where we leave it. Walk your hands to your feet. Breathe in. Fold with your feet hip width distance. Breathe out. Hands to thighs. Fingertips look down. Push halfway up. Long spine. Breathe in. Hands to hips, come all the way up, long spine. Breathe out. Take a stand at the back of our mats, arms down, mountain pose. Listen, guys. Pick up your arms and your right knee. Breathe in. Step your right foot to the middle-ish of your mat. Not much of a step. Pick up your back heel as you do that, and then lift your left big toe off the mat. Stay long here. This is topple tree. It's modified. Can you stay here, or do you want to tilt forward and maybe wash the arms back for the full expression of Patan Vrikshasana, balancing on that one foot because of the strength of that big leg of yours helping you out. He gets to be big today. Big and strong. You could bring your arms forward in line with your ears. You could keep those guys long, warrior 3. And then everybody starts to bring the arms forward and up and thread the knee all the way through, like you did on the other side. Keep the knee high for a beat. Breathe in. And keep the arms up and step the left foot forward almost to the top of your mat. When he grounds, pick up the back heel. And then pick up the back big toe, but stay high and long, just hovering the big toe. That's work there. More expression, tilt down, but you got to bring the back leg with you. Topple tree. And then you just ride the rhythm of your breath. Even though this tune might be good and you might be fresh and fancy, can you ride the rhythm of an inhale and an exhale? Maybe you bring the arms forward in line with the ears, long arms. Warrior 3 if that's the case. And then everybody swim the arms forward if they're not forward. Forward and up, right knee all the way through. Stay put here with the arms. Breathe in. Keep the arms high, step the right foot down. Put the left hand down like a waiter, like he's carrying a tray. And then scoop the left foot up from the inside. And reach up through the right arm and start to kick your left knee back a bit. If it messes with your balance, take your right hand up against a wall somewhere. Hold yourself up that way and then kick the left knee back. And as you kick back, can you turn your left hip in and down, like the left hip is pointing to the right pinky toe? One more breath in and out. Come back to knees together, pause there with an in-breath, and then step your foot down and put your arms by your side body and let that land. So we're not in momentum at all. We're receiving the pose and still. Take your arms high to give yourself a stretch. Breathe in. Yeah. Keep your left arm high. Start to bring your right hand down like a waiter. He's got a tray in his hand. And he's going to now pick up the foot. Through the inside of the foot. Get your foot through the inside, maybe at the arch or ankle. Kiss the knees together. And again, if you need balance support, left side body can be up against a wall. Right? I've been hearing from a few of you that ask about that. Absolutely. Show up your best self. And you need best self, you need support, right? If you need support, you get support. Breathe in and out. You're kicking quite a bit of energy through the right knee and the right foot. Maybe one day they peekaboo up overhead. Maybe not today, but maybe one day. And as you come out, your right knee kisses by your left knee. You take a pause so that you can step down calmly, maybe hands to heart. Or maybe right hand to belly, left hand to heart. Close your eyes. Open your eyes, drop your arms down. Take that final stand for yourself here. Breathe in. Woo, and sigh out. Heel toe or toe heel the feet, mat with distance. When they get to the edge of the mat, point your toes out, heels in, Daffy Duck feet. Swim your arms up, breathe in. And then fold. Maybe there's a micro bend in the legs. Fold, fold, fold. When your fingers tap the floor more and more and sit your bum into that empty space. This is a lot for some hips. You might need to sit on a block so that you're not dipping right down because maybe that flexibility isn't available to you. See what you can take on with a clean breath in and a clean breath out. So the idea is the moment you feel the sharpness of your breath or the hold of your breath or the grit of your teeth, no way, Jose, get out of that. Palms to heart for full expression, elbows to the insides of the knees, and you might nudge the knees with your elbows if that feels interesting. Enjoy this space. We're going to hold this space, but not our breath. About 3-4 more breaths. And you'll even get an applause for it on the soundtrack, our playlist, just 'cause you're you. Arms out, straight ahead, fingers pointing straight ahead in line with your eyes. Breathe in. Maybe you can sit on your bum, slow and steady. If you can't do it without your hands, template your hands behind, bum down. Breathe in here. Sitting down with a bend in the legs, breathe out, high heart. Lean back now from that high heart. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. If you can't do that move on your own, straighten your left leg first, then cross the right ankle over your left thigh. Flex your right foot, walk your hands close to your bum so that your spine is straight. And then sit into this with your sit bones grounded. So a lot of you guys that know the Modo series might feel where I'm getting off book here. But same kind of stretches for our hips. Deep breath in. Normally this might be thread the needle. You're still threading the needle in a way. You're still figure number 4. If you want more bang for your buck, you bend the left leg more, step the left heel closer to the sit bones while still grounding the sit bones down. And breathe, guys, breathe. And lean back, a bend in the elbows so that you can step the right foot down, bending the right leg, and switch it out. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh, flex the left foot, walk the hands back in. Heart. Seated pigeon, figure number 4. Breathe into your left outer hip. Maybe closing the eyes and really getting into the nitty-gritty of what you feel. Right in there. Could you dig in without being afraid? One more breath in through the nose. We'll do it together. Out the nose, soft jaw. Lean back with a bend in the arms. Clear the space to step the left foot down. Take an inhale to reach your arms forward, long, fingertips point. Exhale, a little rounded spine. Come down, down, slow and steady. Keep a bend in the legs, step the heels close to the bum. And then kick up the shins parallel with the floor so the soles of the feet face whatever is in front of you. What was once the front of your mat. If you have trouble figuring that out because the cue is a little weird, look at the monitor, no problem. Good, interlock the hands behind the head, pick up the head, start to feel the belly be present. Right leg long, right elbow to left knee. Exhale. Both legs bent, breathe in. Left leg long, left elbow to right knee. Exhale. Both legs bent, hovering the shoulders and the head. Inhale. And then right elbow to right knee, or left knee, I should say, with right leg long. Back to bent legs, inhale. Exhale, switch. Back to bent legs, inhale. Exhale, switch. Bent, breathe in. Switch, exhale. 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 One more, bent, breathe in. Switch, exhale. Stay high through the heart and the head. Take an inhale. Kick up the legs straight on an exhale, and then maybe slow and steady with straight legs. You put your heels down eventually. Woo. Heels down, head down, let it go. Big sigh out. Maybe rock your head like a bowling ball right to left. If he's a bowling ball, he'll take his time rocking right to left, left to right. Bend your legs, please. See if you can reach for your block. Hopefully it's close. Lie your spine down with your bent legs. Take your block, narrowest expression of the block, inner thighs again like you did for your back bend. Walk your heels pretty close to your bum. Tickle your heels with your fingers so that it's that close to your bum. Press your palms down. Lift your hips up as you hug the block. Variation of bridge pose. Breathe in and out. And we get a little bit of double here. We stretch out our bellies where we were just working a bit there. So that should feel decent. Keep your hips high, bend your arms, press your elbows down, fingers look up like robot hands to the sky. And then press into your elbows and your upper back as well to leverage more of a lift through your hips. Breathe in. Sigh out. Bring the hips, the bum down slow. Take an inhale. Exhale, set the lower spine down. It's going to be more advanced for some people if they want to try this. I might not even try this, or at least I might. If you want to work with the block in between your thighs to roll up to a stand and then a sit of chair pose, you could do that. Or you get rid of the block, make it less advanced. So hands behind the knees, and you rock forward and back. So you're either doing it with a block or not. And then eventually you stand as you hug the block. Breathe in and arms high. And you sit as you hug the block if you've got the block. If you dismiss that guy, no problem. Take your seat into chair. Breathe in. Everybody fold if you have the block. Hug the block. Breathe out. If you have the block and you want to work your flows with it, walk the balls of the feet while hugging the block into downward face dog. Or do it without the block. Or do it without the block and put the block back. If you've got the block in between your thighs, kind of snuggle it in so more of the block is sticking out behind. Come forward into plank. Breathe in, whether you hug the block or not. Knees up or down, chaturanga halfway. Hug the block. Shoelaces down, hug the block, upward dog. If you're hugging the block, hug the block, downward dog, roll over your toes. Heels high, plank, breathe in. Knees up or down. If you're hugging the block, you're bending your arms halfway, chaturanga. Upward dog, shoelaces down to lift your thighs. Hug the block. Roll over your toes, down dog. Move with breath. If you got the playlist, move with this playlist. Slow and steady wins the race. Breathe in, plank. Chaturanga. Elbows always hug the ribs in chaturanga. Upward dog or modified. Down dog, exhale. One more breath here in down dog. And sigh out, exhale. Everybody come to the knees, whether you're hugging the block or not. Sit your bum to heels. Get rid of the block if you're hugging that. Knees closer together. Take your palms apart. Breathe in. Stand up on your knees. Breathe out. Put your hands behind your head like you have before. Interlocked hands, elbows wide. Breathe in. Look up and back, pressing the head to hands. Elbows mostly wide. Arch of the spine is happening, but there's a lift of the chest body, particularly the sternum. Stay high through the heart so you don't compress the lower spine. That goes straight up. The arch happens through the thoracic spine, more in between the shoulder blades area, and you round. For 3, 2. Come out of the arch. Breathe in. Sit your bum down. Hands to thighs. Pause for the cause here in stillness. Are big time emotional, stirring up all sorts of stuff. Maybe you put a hand to belly and a hand to heart. Sit with yourself. Step the hands forward in a tabletop. Breathe in. Step your right knee to the outside of your right wrist from tabletop and slide your left leg longer by walking your left knee back. You can fan your right toes towards 9 o'clock. So they kind of point to the left side of the mat. You're setting up for pigeon proud, and maybe you walk your heart down. And just negotiating getting into poses sometimes differently and how you might need to be more aware to their fit in your body. There's a benefit to doing things differently to taking a road less traveled or maybe never traveled before, just to feel and see new scenery, feel new poses in a way. If you have the potential in your body to walk your heart flat to the floor and get off of your arms and rest your forehead or cheek to the mat, maybe you do that. And you sigh it out. One more whole breath wherever you've landed. Walk your heart back up. Walk your left knee forward. You walked it back. Slide your right shin back into tabletop. Step your left knee outside of your left wrist, outer left pinky. Walk your right knee back, lengthen your right leg. Fan your left toes to 3 o'clock. Stay high in pigeon, breathe that guy in. And then find your expression of pigeon. Maybe you walk to forearms, maybe you stay high for a few beats. Be with yourself. If you can remember at the start of our 30-day challenge, and just notice anything that shifted, evolved, and take stock in those changes. It doesn't mean it's without its challenge or without you negotiating it in your body. I just want you to notice anything you can notice, because that's practice and that shift. Maybe you lie your heart flat to the ground. Maybe you get a cheek or forehead to the ground. Big breath in for what is available to you, and big sigh or hum ahs out. Walk up to forearms, walk up to hands. Proud your pigeon. A little different getting out of it for this side, because we're gonna vinyasa into a couple of flows here. Curl your back toes under, lift your right knee, right leg straight. Push through the ball of your foot, step your left ball of the foot back. Plank. Breathe in, push the earth away with what's touching to the ground. Breathe out, stay. Take one more inhale. Exhale. If your knees are down, your shoulders are slightly ahead of the wrists. Breathe in. And then chaturanga. Breathe out. And then upward dog. Look forward. Exhale, roll over the toes by pressing belly in and back. One more stretch, right leg high, breathe in. Bend your right leg, open your right hip on top of your left to shine your pelvic floor to the right side. Stay for a breath in, try and reach your left heel down, breath out. Turn your right hip inward, kick your right leg long and up, breathe in. Step to downward face dog, sneak in. Left leg up, breathe in. Bend your left leg, open your left hip and pelvic floor to the left side. See about grounding your right heel as much as possible. 3, 2. Turn your left hip inward. Keep your left leg long. Breathe in. Down dog. Move through your final flow if that's what suits you. Or come out of down dog onto your knees. Take a little last sip of water. Maybe you adjust the volume on your music. I'm going to suggest just a little louder perhaps. Haha. And plant yourself down slow and steady. Finding your final Shavasana that we've all earned. Shavasana for the duration of this song. Another 3 minutes. Bob Dylan telling it to us straight. Namaste, guys. Have a sweet, sweet day. Lots of love. See you tomorrow.